Episode 26 Home Again. Baba Shegun narrated.
Once upon a time, when Naija pikin dey very sad and dey depressed, if e say e no get any hope and no future, im dey so down say e no fit even stand up for bed for morning. One day, im decide say im go take waka for the forest. As im dey waka, e notice one beautiful bird dey perch for tree branch. The bird dey sing one beautiful song. The young man dey mesmerized by the song and im come stop to lis ten. As im dey lis ten, im notice say the bird dey sing about hope and joy. The bird dey sing about how life fit full with happiness and love. The young man dey so moved by the song say im come start to dey cry. The bird flew down and land for the young man shoulder. The bird come look in eyes and say, "You get the power to make your life better. You fit find joy and happiness for life if you just open your heart and believe in yourself." The young man dey so touched by the bird's words say im start to smile. Im realize say im get the power to make im life better and im start to feel hopeful. The young man thanked the bird and im go on im way. Im start to make changes for im life and im soon find joy and happiness. He no longer dey depressed and he fit live one life of hope and love. The young man never forget the bird's words and im dey forever thankful for the healing im get.
As Baba Shegun's narrative unfolded, singing and imitating the birds, passengers watched in awe as Ahmed's once dull expression transformed into one of hope and rediscovered joy. It was a moment that showcased the immense power of storytelling and its ability to touch the deepest corners of the human soul. I, on the other hand, realized that God can reach out to you via several means. To the man in Baba Shegun's story, a bird was used to uplift the man's spirit into renewed happiness. For Ahmed, Baba Shegun was the vessel. Towards the second half of the journey, the bus made a halt to allow passengers to stretch their legs and enjoy a quick meal at a local eatery. Among the passengers were an elderly woman, Mrs. Ajayi, and her granddaughter, Tolu. Both wore looks of anticipation, excited for the journey ahead. They stood out from the rest of the passengers due to their contrasting attire. Mrs. Ajayi dressed traditionally in an elegant Asoki attire, and Tolu donning teeny, trending jeans and a vibrant blouse. As the passengers boarded the bus, Mrs. Ajayi and Tolu found themselves separated due to the influx of passengers at the eatery. Mrs. Ajayi managed to secure a seat near the front, while Tolu found herself confined to the back. Their unfortunate seating assignment caused Tolu great distress, as she had hoped to spend the journey sitting alongside her beloved grandmother. Observing Tolu's despondent expression, Mrs. Ajayi decided to seize the opportunity to teach her granddaughter a valuable life lesson. With the help of a kind-hearted passenger seated near her, Mrs. Ajayi proposed a seat swap, suggesting Tolu sit next to her for the remainder of the journey. The passenger happily agreed to exchange seats with Tolu. As Tolu settled down next to her grandmother, tears of gratitude welled up in her eyes. Mrs. Ajayi took Tolu's hand in hers and began telling stories of her own youth, sharing invaluable lessons about resilience, love, and the importance of family cohesion. They found solace in each other's presence, and despite the crowded bus, felt as if the space around them had transformed into an intimate haven where generation gaps dissolved. These two extraordinary events on the journey from Lagos to Kebbi State exemplify the intrinsic beauty of human connections. Baba Shegun's storytelling rekindled hope in Ahmed's weary heart, demonstrating the transformative power of empathy. The seat swap between Mrs. Ajayi and Tolu strengthened their bond, uniting generations and teaching valuable life lessons along the way. Traveling by public bus can offer unexpected encounters and profound revelations. It is during these journeys that strangers become allies and stories weave the fabric of shared experiences. The events that transpired on this specific journey will forever serve as a reminder that human connections possesses the power to transcend boundaries, heal wounds, and uplift spirits, even in the most challenging circumstances. I got to Kebbi State by 10 o'clock p.m. the next day. I was so tired and stressed, but had to spend the night at Birnin Kebbi before continuing another 4 hours from Birnin Kebbi to Zuru, my local government. I was unable to unwrap the gift Mrs. Johnson gave me, so I packaged the box alongside my belongings back home. Despite being tired, I unwrapped the box in my hotel room. In it, there was a portable, a custom-designed wireless computer mouse with a 16-ounce stainless steel mug, a cycle power bank, acupressure mats, and pillow sets, and chocolate-covered pretzels, which included 3 delicious flavors: milk chocolate, sprinkles, and yogurt. I am a chocolate lover, so I didn't waste time to feast on the pretzels. I am deeply grateful to Mrs. Johnson. The gifts were much and all very important to my work and well-being. I left Birnin Kebbi by 9 o'clock a.m. and got home minutes past 2 p.m. My family was elated. Mom was the most joyous. It was as though she had told all her friends about my arrival because they trailed into our home one after another. "So you are on TV now?" one of Mom's friends asked. Now I understand why the attention. I smiled and simply avoided as many questions as possible. Nancy and Queenie had been in contact ever since I left Lagos, so I quickly called to let them know I have arrived home. I avoided asking about Oliver, not until Queenie mentioned he asked about me. I asked her to help me inform him that I arrived safely. I thought she would object and ask me to call instead, but instead, she replied with, "Okay." Home hasn't changed since I left. Everything was quite in place as I had left it almost a year ago. I got home on the 23rd of December that year. The next day, while we were in the kitchen with a vast cooking preparation, Mom brought up the question about marriage.
Ella, hope you have someone now.
Mom asked. I looked at her amazed. Mom can never change. At least when it comes to marriage, the discussion never gets new. "No, Mom, I am not," I replied reluctantly.
Oh, good, because there is someone I want you to meet tomorrow.
"Meet?" I questioned, baffled.